We all know that American cuisine is not the healthiest and has led to many health issues. But there are certain regions that have higher risk associated with unhealthy diets, with one being the stroke belt. So what's behind it? Let's explore it. Historically, the United States has been home to many unique cuisines, thanks to its diverse population. Initially, American cuisine was based on British and other European cuisines. Settlers brought with them crops like wheat and livestock such as cattle and pigs. The interaction with Native Americans also introduced them to indigenous foods like turkey and corn. Enslaved Africans also contributed to American cuisine, especially in the South. They introduced foods like okra, watermelon, and various cooking techniques that influenced modern-day Southern cuisine. As Americans moved westward, they adapted to eating what was locally available. This era saw a significant influx of immigrants, especially from Ireland, Italy, Germany, and China, each adding their flavors and dishes to the American culinary landscape. The Industrial Revolution brought about canned foods, refrigeration, and other food technologies. This period also saw the invention of many American staples such as hamburgers, hot dogs, and soda, which was seen as a crucial turning point. By the 20th century, the post-World War II era saw an economic boom and the rise of the fast food culture. Brands like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and KFC began to spread, and convenience foods became increasingly popular. This, along with their convenience and low prices, attracted droves of people, but also introduced them to high-caloric meals. Little by little, obesity rates started to creep up, which created an increased risk of many diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and another potentially deadly medical condition, strokes. One region within the United States is known as the stroke belt, an area with a higher than average occurrence of strokes. Where is it located, and why is the risk higher here? And what are the solutions to fight it? We are going to answer all these questions in this week's episode. Before we begin, if you enjoy geography and earth science related content, this is a channel for you. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home, for more videos associated with it. Let's get started. Geographically, the stroke belt is located within the southeastern United States. In terms of exact regionality, most of the states are within the South, and include states such as Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and overlaps into the highland southern states such as Tennessee and Kentucky. One outlier is the addition of the Midwestern state, Indiana. Although all of these states have higher rates of stroke incidences, some are worse than others. Mississippi has the highest stroke death rate in the United States, averaging 54.5 per 100,000 individuals. Right behind it is its neighbor Alabama, which has an average stroke death rate of 54.48 per 100,000 individuals. Although these states are mentioned as being within the stroke belt, other nearby states that aren't part of it have areas within them that feature higher rates of stroke. One is Florida. While South Florida has lower than average stroke risk, North Florida is a different story. Areas of rural north central Florida have higher stroke rates. Texas is another state not part of the stroke belt, but areas within the north and eastern part of Texas have higher rates. Another areas within the Mid-Atlantic, especially in the small state of Delaware, which ranks third just behind Mississippi and Alabama in stroke death rates. From a human geographical perspective, most of the states within the stroke belt have other subpar health-related statistics. Most have lower than average life expectancies, higher than average infant and maternal mortality rates, and a large percentage of the population classified as being obese. So what exactly are the reasons the stroke belt sees higher rates of strokes? The most obvious one has to do with diet. A stroke occurs when blood vessels are blocked, leading to a lack of blood supply to the brain. But it's not a condition caused by nothing, but rather by another ailment, which includes high blood pressure, obesity, large consumption of alcohol, and illegal drugs such as cocaine and heroin. High blood pressure and obesity are caused by consuming unhealthy foods, such as ones fried or deep fried and ones high in trans fats. Correlated to Southern cuisine, many foods are fried or deep fried, such as chicken and fish. Another reason has to do with diet, and that's a sedentary lifestyle. By not working out or even walking and coupling this with unhealthy foods, this increases the risk of stroke. A connection to sedentary lifestyles, particularly within the South, is car orientation, in that most people drive rather than walk to places. But walking isn't generally feasible if places are located far away from one's home. Another reason connected to car culture is distance. Some people living in remote rural areas may have far less access than city dwellers to medical offices and hospitals. By this lack of access, it may contribute to health conditions not being treated accordingly, leading to an increased stroke risk. What are some solutions to combat stroke risk within the stroke belt? One major solution is lifestyle changes. Many people love to have fried and unhealthy foods from time to time, as they taste great. However, if this becomes an everyday occurrence, it's not good health-wise. Healthier food, such as vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins, are ones that should be consumed more considerably. Linked to this is activity. By walking or working out, this increases blood flow around the body, which ultimately leads to lower blood pressure, lower weight, and a decreased risk of stroke. Of course, this is solely up to the individual, but it can be promoted by local and state governments with outreach programs. The good news is that by living in the 21st century, awareness of diseases is higher than ever. So more people are willing to make substantial lifestyle changes, which will lead to a higher life expectancy and overall better quality of life. Another solution has to do with increasing the range of adequate healthcare facilities. In rural areas, such as in the Appalachia area of Kentucky, many individuals do not have access to primary care doctors and pharmaceutical drugs. And in recent years, some hospitals have closed, creating less of them for the population. This, coupled with unhealthy lifestyle choices, contributes to the high rate of strokes. Investing healthcare resources into regions such as this will help save lives. Through the 21st century, positive changes may occur in the stroke belt, which include continuing lifestyle improvements and better access to life-saving medical care. But there are barriers, with one being what was mentioned earlier in the video, which is instant convenience to unhealthy foods associated with fast food and chain restaurants. Also, new appealing high-caloric menu items appear frequently, enticing consumers to try them and possibly eat them over and over, leading to future health problems. The corporations who make and promote these items have the right to, so realistically, it is up to the individual to change. If one person changes, this may encourage others to do so as well. That concludes this week's episode. Thank you once again for watching it. If you would like to leave your feedback, please do so in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home. Until next time.